Yeah, this is my third Q&A video. It's gonna be the same as the others, pretty much unscripted. I have the questions right in front of me. Yeah. I suppose before I start, just thank you all for being so supportive of my DeviantArt page for, wow, I can't believe it's been since 2016 that I started this shit. It's, so much has happened since that time, and I've made so many friends, met so many people. It's really I never predicted I would get to this point, and the other day I just passed 150 watchers, which is really mind-boggling to me, especially given that I didn't even think I'd get past 10 watchers, but here we are, right? And I'm still going to be doing this for a while because I love making reviews for you guys. I love reviewing stuff. And, but you don't want to hear about that. You want to hear my answer to these questions. And don't worry, if my boring face isn't enough to keep you entertained, I completely get it. But hopefully the Pac-Man ghost and the Mario head that are constantly changing colors can at least keep you occupied through this video that I presume is going to be about an hour long. Also, for a point of reference, it's like 11 at night. I'm the only one awake in my house, and it's really windy outside, so if you hear like a loud noise or something, it's either just the wind or my dad snoring. So, okay, here we go. No more bullshit. First question is from Gimp1337. Do you still use Discord? I do. Next question is from Wild Kirby Atrox, or Atrox. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I know last year I said Artox. This year I got that shit right. Please ignore that Discord thing. Anyway, the question he asked is, any movies you've seen that you enjoyed in 2018? What films are you looking forward to in 2019? So, I enjoyed pretty much every movie that I saw in theaters last year, except for Venom and Teen Titans Go. I didn't really like either of those. But, yeah, I liked everything else, which, off the top of my head, I'm trying to think. I saw Infinity War, I saw Black Panther, Bohemian Rhapsody, I saw Star is Born, Green Book, what else did I see? Ant-Man and the Wasp. That was a little lesser, but I still liked it. Ready Player One I really liked. Yeah, this is all unscripted, if you couldn't tell. Couldn't tell before, now you can. Yeah, you can check on my page all the movies I review. Oh, Into the Spider-Verse. Oh my god. Yeah, I really liked Into the Spider-Verse too. So yeah, all those movies I listed, and pretty much any movie on my page I reviewed last year, aside from the two I mentioned, I liked them to some capacity. And as for which films I'm looking forward to in 2019, this year, I'm looking forward to Endgame, obviously, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man Far From Home, Toy Story 4. I know there's no reason for that movie to exist, but I'm still excited for it. Us, the Jordan Peele horror movie. What else? Is there anything else I'm really looking forward to? Star Wars, obviously. It'll be cool to see how J.J. Abrams wraps up the trilogy. And, I might see Shazam. Can't really think of anything else off the top of my head. Maybe I'll get back to you on that. Okay, next we have 3 questions from LoudCartoonist99. Close friend of mine, thank you for asking. 1. What are your issues or nitpicks you have with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Now, I love Smash Ultimate. It is a fantastic game. One of the best you can probably get on the Switch. But I will admit it's not perfect. I do like classic mode, but I feel it could use a little bit of tweaking. I appreciate all the detail that went into it, but it's not... I feel like other games have done it slightly better. Some of the so I find some of the I don't mind spirit battles in general. Same with World of Light. I like both of those fine, but I feel some of them are way too difficult for their own good. Like they're ones that you have to rely on, like using or starting with a really cheap item to win. Like I find myself using the staff a lot of the time. The item where like the farther you are away, the more damage it does, which I don't know. I feel it's kind of cheap, but I honestly don't know what else to do. They feel kind of cheap. The battles themselves, some of them anyway. A lot of them are fine. I wish they brought back Break the Targets, home run contests, but that's minor stuff. Do I have any really other issues? I'm sure I do. I just can't really think of them at the moment. That's how you know you're dealing with a professional channel, is when they are not prepared whatsoever. God. I'm trying to think. I mean, I miss trophies, but I'm fine with spirits, like I said. Yeah, no, I mean, everything else with the game I'm perfectly fine with. What are your best hopes for this year? I assume you mean in general, so I hope to get a job, because I just graduated, so I would kind of like to put that degree to use. I hope that all the movies and TV shows and new seasons I'm hyped for this year, they turn out good, obviously. I don't think I have too terribly much else planned. I mean, yeah, I don't really have much else planned. And third, what do you consider your best review? I really like my Spider-Verse review. I think that's very detailed, and I could point to that one and say, like, hey, if you're new to my channel, here's a taste of what you might expect. I also like my Lego Batman review, and it's not a review technically, but I liked my defense of Bohemian Rhapsody. I was afraid that would turn some people away, but no, the reception of that one was really positive, and I really appreciate you all for that. Thank you. So yeah, that's all the questions from him. Next we have a 25 from the Divert Realm. Figures he would list this many, but I am going to answer them all, because I don't know. 1. What are your thoughts on this community after 3 years? I have a lot of complicated thoughts surrounding this community. Like, obviously, I love it, otherwise I wouldn't be in it. I appreciate people's, like, general friendliness and openness, and I do appreciate that people aren't afraid to say their opinion on something, whether it be a popular or an unpopular opinion. Although I feel that there are some people in this community that are, they depend on it too much, if that makes sense. Like, it's just constant negativity I see from them. And it's like, if you're not having fun here, then just leave. Or something, I don't know, it's just, yeah, I don't know, and I don't mean to be rude to anyone, because again, I do love this community. It's just, there are some things that nitpick that bug me about it, and also, like, sometimes there are certain bandwagons on things, like whether someone fucks up with an honest mistake or something, and like there's kind of like a knee-jerk reaction to like pounce on that person and like say, oh, they're terrible, they're like the worst ever. And like sometimes it's warranted, but other times it's rarely done without a chance for them to like even explain themselves. So I guess TLDR, the community's not perfect, but I do overall like it. 2, should celebrities be role models? Similarly, how should we let their deaths affect us, if at all? I think celebrities can be role models because some of them do real, like, selfless things that can be admired. I think the issue comes with, like, I guess when you base your life around a celebrity. Because, like, if you're going to have a role model, it should probably be someone in your immediate life. I feel like if you have a role model that is a celebrity, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment, if that makes sense. Like, how do I put this? I don't know, but that's just my thoughts on the matter. Similarly, how should we let their deaths affect us, if at all? I think it's perfectly fine to be sad that a celebrity died. Like, if it's a celebrity you grew up with, or a celebrity that died for reasons beyond their control, absolutely. Even if it's one you didn't know, but you want to, like, join in on the mourning, that's fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. It's just, like, again, don't let it overtake your life. Unless you, like, lived by them, you didn't know them, so you shouldn't be, like, super, super sad for, like, more than a day or two. Even when Steven Hillenburg and Stan Lee died last year, I was sad for a day, of course, but, like, I mean, you gotta move on to other stuff, man. 3. Which platform do you believe is more corrupt, YouTube or DeviantArt? I'd probably go with YouTube. DeviantArt is very, very flawed, I will say. But I feel like every year YouTube tops itself in bullshit. Like, okay, in 2016, the Fine Bros tried, like, trademarking reactions, and people were like, oh, it's never going to get worse than this. And then in 2018, Logan Paul films a dead body and gets profit off of it, and they're like, oh, it's not going to get worse than this. Then they terminate Mumkey Jones, and they're like, oh, it's not going to get worse than this. And then Peluchin Entertainment films himself killing cats, and that's allowed on YouTube. And I'm not laughing because of that. I'm just laughing because it's just amazing with how this platform that's, like, so ubiquitous somehow manages to fuck up worse every single year. And again, DeviantArt's not perfect. There's a lot of flaws with it. But I think YouTube as a whole is way more corrupt. 4. What are your thoughts on award shows such as the Golden Globes, Oscars, etc.? I'm kind of in the minority here. I don't mind award shows at all. I watch the Oscars. I might see a little bit of the Grammys or the Golden Globes. But yeah, every year hold on, where is it? I have an Oscar ballot right here. My family does it every year. And look, I get it. Like, they're somewhat manufactured and phony and whatever, but I don't know. With the Oscars in particular, I appreciate them for bringing casting somewhat of a spotlight on lesser-known movies. Like, I can't think of any at the moment, but I appreciate them in that regard. And it just makes a fun thing to watch every year. 5. How would you rank the Smash games now that Ultimate has been out for a while? I would rank them in the order they came out. Because I just think every Smash game is better than the last one. Which game could benefit more from DLC, Super Mario Party or Smash Ultimate? That's a little tough, but also we do know that Smash Ultimate is getting DLC throughout all of this year, so it's a little tough. And also I haven't played that much of Super Mario Party yet. I really should fix that. But I'd probably go Smash Ultimate because I feel like Super Mario Party isn't going to have as long of a shelf life, at least until the follow-up comes up. And Super Mario Party is fine on its own. The only problem it has is that sports are kind of bland. Okay, 7. What are your thoughts on music as a whole in 2018? Any albums/songs that stood out to you in particular, whether good or bad? I don't listen to albums. And as for music in 2018, it was a really below average year. It wasn't as bad as like 2016. That year was just awful. But this is definitely not a year I'm going to be remembering anytime soon. Like, I didn't even pay that much attention to the top 10. And when I did, there were like these people that I never even heard of. Like, who's Lil Baby? Who's 6ix9ine? Or however the fuck you spell it. Or like, I don't know. It wasn't, it was not a good year. No. As for any good songs, I'll actually get back to you to that on Discord. We'll talk about that at some point. 8. How has being on DeviantArt affected your personal life? Well, it's affected my personal life. It hasn't really done that much. I mean, it makes me go out to see movies more often, though I feel I'd probably have seen them anyway. And I guess it makes me somewhat more experimental with what I see on TV. It's not like a major effect. It is getting late, if you can't tell. 9. Thoughts on the Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix film? I'm fine with it, honestly. Admittedly, I haven't seen that much promotional material for it, but I know the original creators are involved, and I saw the first image from it. Like, it's like a distant shot of like the gang on Appa or something, and already it looks better than the Shyamalan film, so it has my support. I have no problems with this whatsoever. 10. Do you have any thoughts on psychedelic therapy, use of drugs such as LSD for treating symptoms of depression/anxiety, considering your experience with therapy? I mean, I've never done it myself. I've never done psychedelic therapy myself, but if that's what you need, then by all means, go for it, man. Just don't get addicted to it, and if you're experiencing side effects, you should probably get that checked out and perhaps use a different form of therapy. I support that. 11. Out of MLP and The Loud House, which show better represents female characters? That is a very good question, actually. I actually did think about this one a while beforehand. I'd probably go with MLP because for several reasons. One, it's been out longer, so of course it's going to have the advantage in that regard. It has more of a chance to develop its characters. It focuses on less female characters, so you have more of a chance to flesh them out. I love the characters in both shows, don't get me wrong, but I'll admit that the characters in The Loud House are a little bit more one note in comparison. And MLP is far from straying from stereotypes either, but I don't know, I feel like they just do it better, which is not to say that Loud House does it bad. They do it fine. It's just MLP, I'd probably say. 12. Which show should end the first out of the two, The Simpsons or Family Guy? Oh boy, these... this question's great because The Simpsons just got renewed for 2 more seasons yesterday. It's tough. I mean, it's like, would you rather get a tumor from your leg or your arm removed? It's like, I don't know. I would probably, I'd probably go with Family Guy because at least The Simpsons, like, okay, I somewhat get why Fox is keeping The Simpsons because it's still good in the ratings and it's been on longer and it has I think it has a bigger fan base than Family Guy, and like it's at least a staple of animation history, and not just its content but how long it's been on. Whereas with Family Guy, it's just yeah, both shows are running on fumes, but Family Guy is just... yeah, I'd go with Family Guy there, yeah. 13. What has your experience with various dramas and scandals in our community taught you about life? I have learned several things from this community. With drama, I've learned not to be, like... I've learned not to be as judgmental, if that makes sense. Like, I'll try to give people the benefit of the doubt before instantly assuming the worst in them. Scandals, I guess it just proves that, like, looks can be deceiving. You never know who's going to be the next person that fucks up. And there were a lot of fuck-ups last year. Hopefully there aren't as many this year. 14. Have you ever encountered the opposite of a lay wrong, where someone claims all old music sucks? I can't say I have. That, if they exist, I mean, both sound exceptionally unpleasant to me, but, no, I never have come across someone like that. I mean, I would imagine they're found in the comments sections of, like, newer music videos, but I don't read the comment sections of those anyway. I don't usually watch music videos anyway. 15. What's the most consecutive hours you've spent studying or working? I think this semester, or my last semester, I spent the most time, like, working on a paper. I forget what it even was, but I think I worked on it for over 12 hours. It was the first all-nighter I ever pulled, and never again, hopefully. 16. What's your secret to keeping a consistently positive outlook on life while filtering out any bad things life throws at you? I know this is probably a really cheesy thing to think about, but the little things. If you focus on the little things that give your life meaning or are something to look forward to in your daily life, I think that's very healthy in maintaining a positive outlook on life, no matter what situation you're in. Also just talking with someone, whether it's a friend or a professor or your parents or a sibling. I almost always feel better after a talk. And generally they have some good insight to help me feel better. So, yeah, that's my advice I'd give. Excuse me. 17. Has your interest in the NFL returned since the Patriots lost in the Super Bowl last year? Well, again, timing is everything, because the Patriots just won this Super Bowl. Yay. I actually did have an interest in the NFL this season since the Bears actually made it to the playoffs. And they didn't suck for the first time since, like, 2010. And of course, they had to have the fucking worst kicker I've ever seen, and they had to lose a game because he fucking kicked the ball against the goddamn upright. So, between that and the most boring Super Bowl I have ever seen in my life, and probably ever will see, my interest is very, very low. I'll probably still see it because the Bears are still a good team, provided they get rid of that fucking kicker. But, yeah, it's, God damn, do even the Patriot fans like the Patriots anymore? 18. Is there ever a meme that drove you insane internally in recent memory? No. Memes aren't worth getting worked up over. They really aren't. Like, there are memes I don't like, or there are memes I think are stupid. I'll freely admit, but there's none that, like, it drove a fury in me. Like, I get why memes exist. If people enjoy them, that's fine. I'm not going to take that away from them. I'm just going to bitch about them. 19. Are there any Queen songs you discovered and loved upon seeing Bohemian Rhapsody? There were a few, actually. First off, okay, I knew the song Somebody to Love. I didn't know Queen sang it, which is... I know I'm some Queen fan I am, but whatever. So yeah, like I heard the opening of that, I was like, wait, that's Queen? I mean, it's not because it doesn't sound like Queen. I guess I just never bothered to look it up. And then the two songs, the two middle songs from Live Aid, Radio Gaga and Hammer to Fall, I hadn't heard of those before, but those were really good. I like both of them. I've listened to them several times since I saw the movie. What would you rather do all over again, high school or college? That is tough. That's a little tough. Because high school was easier, but I had more friends. And college was shorter, but I had less friends. You are not skimping on the good questions. I'd probably go college again. Yeah, because it was overall less stressful. 21. Do you agree with the Fine Brothers folks that Seinfeld is offensive? I've never watched Seinfeld, and I haven't seen the Fine Brothers since the React World incident, so this is entirely news to me. Is it because, like the Fine Bros are Jewish, and, like, is Seinfeld, like, okay, I don't know about the show, so forgive me, but, like, it's like George Jewish or something? I don't know. Fuck the Fine Brothers. I don't care. Okay, 22. Out of the three major gaming companies, Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, which will exit the video game market first? I would. It's gonna be a while before that happens, I will say. But probably Microsoft, because it's been around the least amount of time compared to the other two, and the other two, to my knowledge, are doing financially well. I think the problem with Microsoft is that it doesn't really have any, like, mascots or anything. Or, I get, like, okay, if someone gave you a PS4, an Xbox One, and a Nintendo Switch, for the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch, you could name like 5 games off the top of your head that you would easily recommend to them. Whereas with Microsoft, they don't really have that many exclusives, I don't think. I mean, Cuphead, but you can get that on a PC, so, I mean, yeah, it's probably going to be a while, but I would predict Microsoft. 23. Thoughts on CinemaSins. Are they actual reviewers, in your opinion, or satire? I don't mind CinemaSins. I wouldn't consider myself like a fan, but I think that I do think that there is some merit to calling them satire, but like at the same time, Jeremy's thoughts on the movie are so similar to his, like, why he gives each movie sins, that it's hard to tell a difference. So I completely get why, like, some people are like, it's not really satire. I don't mind CinemaSins. I think they can be overly nitpicky and not very tasteful, if that makes sense. But at the end of the day, I think they're harmless. Harmless entertainment. Like, if someone likes them, fine. If someone doesn't like them, fine. 24. What's your philosophy on liking a product made by low-quality people, aka Channel Awesome, Morrissey, Charlie Sheen, etc.? I actually had a discussion with someone about this earlier today. It was actually about Louis C.K. And like, I know a ton of people that still watch Channel Awesome or still like Louis C.K.'s comedy, or even like it now that it's changed. And I'm not going to judge someone because of that. I'm not going to say, like, oh, if you like Channel Awesome, then you support them, like, fucking over all their employees. Or if you like Louis C.K., then you support school shootings and rape. But, if you, like, there is such a thing as separating the product from the person that makes the product, I guess. Or there's a better term for it, but whatever. yeah, if you do like something that's made by someone that isn't really that trustworthy, I suppose. Like, hell, I just made that journal on Bohemian Rhapsody, and that director could be a pedophile for all we know. So yeah, I say judge the product rather than the person that made it. Unless, like, the person that made it, like, is specifically calling to attention their flaws or something. I don't know, I feel like I'm rambling. I think you get the idea at this point, though. Okay, and 25. What is one thing you'd like to see change in our community this year? There's a few things, but, I guess just, I'd like for some certain deviants to be a little more optimistic in their outlooks on things. Like, not just the things they review, but, like, their lives in general. I feel like that would end a lot less. I feel like a lot less drama would happen, like, if they just focused on good things instead of either things that make them sad or mad, or just anything like that. Just, I guess, be more optimistic, man. That's all I'm really asking for. It would make the place a lot more pleasant. Not that it isn't not that it's, like, unpleasant, but, I mean, could be better. Okay, next we have a bunch of questions from SpongeGuy11. I said to number them, but you didn't. But that's okay. I'm just going to ask that you number them next time. First up is, what's your Discord? I would prefer to not give that away in a video, but how about I note you that? I'll note you that. Thoughts on the Butch Hartman shows? Fairly Odd Parents, good. For the... I'm gonna say good before they introduced the dog. Even if it could be hit and miss from time to time. Danny Phantom, really liked as a kid, although I've seen a lot of people turning on it in recent years, so that might be worth a rewatch. Tough Puppy, good. Not much to say, it's just good. Bunsen is a beast, I haven't seen, and it looks terrible. Favorite Looney Tunes characters and why? Well, my favorite Looney Tunes character is Marvin the Martian. I just love his weird voice and his just strange mannerisms in general. I love Daffy, I love Bugs, I love Wily, I love Elmer. It's all for different reasons, but they're pretty much the reasons that everyone loves them. But no, Marvin is definitely my favorite. Favorite Looney Tunes shorts and why? Oh wow, there are a lot of good ones. Wow. It'd probably help if I had a list in front of me, and I could probably bring one up, but I'm lazy, so, sorry. Fuck. This is beyond unprofessional. I'd say one of my favorites is the one where, like, Rabbit of Seville, that's what it's called. I really like that one a lot. Obviously, Duck Amuck is great. I'm really just going through the ones everyone loves. It's been a real... I mean, it's not that I haven't seen Looney Tunes shorts before. I have. It's just been a really long time. I really like the Roadrunner shorts. Obviously, the stuff with Elmer and Bugs Bunny, like the Hunting trilogy, I really like. So, yeah, just stuff like that. Worst Looney Tunes characters and why? There's not really anyone that I, like, hate. I mean, okay, there was this one... I saw the Censored 11 last year, and there was this There was this, like, in Jungle Jitters, there was this really ugly-ass dog with this annoying voice. He was terrible. Yeah, I would not recommend that at all. Worst Looney Tunes shorts and why? Again, I don't... Probably Jungle Jitters. Although I don't go out of my way to watch bad Looney Tunes shorts. And even the bad ones that are the kind of ones that I've seen are just, Favorite Disney characters and why? I haven't seen many Disney movies. I haven't seen... You'll find that out if you talk to me for like literally 10 minutes, but yeah, I've not seen many Disney movies. I'm gonna cheat and use Pixar characters, so I'm gonna say like stuff like Joy or Carl or Wally or Woody or Buzz. It's Disney, so it counts. Favorite Disney shorts and why? Again, I'm gonna kind of cheat, but I'm gonna say Paperman. I think that short is amazing. And I have not seen like the 30s and 40s Disney shorts, so I have no knowledge of that. Worst Disney characters and why? Again, I don't go out of my way to see bad Disney movies. I've seen reviews. I guess anyone from Chicken Little, because everyone in that movie seems insufferable. Worst Disney shorts and why? I didn't like Bao at all. Again, excuse me. That's kind of cheating because it's Pixar, but I don't care. SpongeBob or Loud House. That's tough, but... okay, here, I'll put it like this. SpongeBob has higher highs and lower lows, if that makes sense. Loud House is more consistent. So I guess it's like, which is better? Oh boy. I'm probably going to be biased towards SpongeBob since I grew up with it, so SpongeBob. Even though its lows are lower than Loud House's lows. I will say that. When did Simpsons go downhill? I don't typically watch The Simpsons. I've seen like maybe 10 episodes. But I would assume after the movie, because I really liked the movie. When did Family Guy go downhill? Probably after the episode where Stewie killed Lois, because that was just... Yeah, I didn't even really like that episode that much. Favorite Simpsons episode from season 23 onward, aka the Gene/Selman era. Again, I don't really watch The Simpsons, but are there any episodes that I've seen from that era? Maybe like a Treehouse of Horror, but even I don't remember. Yeah, sorry, I can't answer that one. Best Treehouse of Horror, probably the 5th. Or odd choice, but I really did like the 19th. Worst Treehouse of Horror, I don't know. I can't really answer that one, sorry. How was season 11 of SpongeBob? Haven't seen it yet. Thoughts on the Nicktoons premiering between 1991 and 2004. I probably should have brought up a list for this one, but I'm just going to name the ones off the top of my head that left an impact on me, or that I have seen. Doug, boring. Rugrats, good if a little dated. Ren and Stimpy, good if a little weird. Hey Arnold, boring. SpongeBob, good. I'm pretty sure Avatar came out in 2004, so Avatar, great. Invader Zim, great. Fairly Odd Parents, good. For a while. What else? I'm sure I'm missing a bunch. I didn't see like Cat Dog or Angry Beavers or any of that stuff growing up. I'm sure there's others I'm there's like a really obvious one I'm sure I'm missing. Yeah, no, I can't remember any others, but hopefully those thoughts suffice. If they didn't, just ask me again, and or ask me about the ones I forgot, and I'll give you an opinion. So that's all the questions from him, and next up we have DTH in Core Productions. He's got 4 questions, and the first one is, did you ever see the Mama Luigi collab? If so, what did you think of it? Yes, I did see the Mama Luigi collab, and I loved it. It was animated great. I'm one of those people that pretty much has that episode memorized already. So to see people, like, take the time and effort to, like, give it so many different animation styles. Like, there's 2D, there was, like, puppets at one point, there was, like I think stick figures. I really appreciate all the effort that went into it, and they did a really funny job. And I think the Kirby one was good too, though maybe a little lesser. 2, what is the best social media platform? Probably by default, Instagram. It's just, I think, to my knowledge anyway, it's the one with the least amount of bullshit in it. Like, there's least amount of toxicity, I should say. Like, it's rare that you'll hear someone say, like, oh, like, Instagram, like, they're so politically biased, or they're so toxic, or whatever, but, yeah, I'd say Instagram's probably the best. 3, what is the worst social media platform? I would say it's a tie between Tumblr and 4chan. They're kind of like the yin and yang of each other, if that makes sense. Because Tumblr is, like, so sanitized, it's impossible to take seriously. And 4chan is, like, just shit runs rampant. There's trolls, cyberbullies. So much toxicity, it's impossible to take seriously. So they're like 2 sides of the same awful coin. 4, if this wasn't in any of the 2 questions before, what do you think of Reddit? Reddit's kind of hit and miss to me. I've somewhat gained an interest in it lately, but, and there are some really funny, or, like, pages that spread knowledge and stuff, or, like, some stuff that I didn't even know before. But there's other things, like, don't even try to do anything political there, you're gonna get bombarded. I assume the same is true of religion, so, hit and miss, but, if someone spends their time on Reddit, I don't judge them. Okay, next up is, if my thing will scroll up, from Negan. Hi, Mike, it's been a while since we spoke. Here's a couple of questions. This is Negan 1994, by the way. In your opinion, what made SpongeBob the cultural phenomenon it is today? That's a little tough, but it is a good question, so I appreciate it. Okay, so SpongeBob came out in 1999, and at the time, there really wasn't that much on Nickelodeon that, like... Okay, there was Rugrats, and that was by far the most popular Nicktoon at the time. But even that was kind of running on fumes at the time. So I think it was just, like, a lack of competition, and it, I think its sense of humor just really clicked with people. It was just... I think some Call Me Johnny might have referred to it as, like, something like along the lines of, like, drunk TV or something like that, like drunk humor, which I'm not sure how accurate that is, but it's a unique type of humor, I think anyway, that really resonated with people and led it to become as popular as it is today. It is admirable, regardless of what you think of the show now. I do respect it in that regard. 2, opinion on fandoms in general. I don't take any of them seriously, but I try not to judge something based on its fandom. There are times I fail, I'll admit, but I don't find it... it's just not a worthy time sink to, like, spend so much time thinking about a fandom of anything, honestly. 3, I know you like Nintendo, but do you like any other consoles such as PlayStation or Xbox? As a matter of fact, I do. I have owned consoles from the other two companies several times before. I owned a PS1 and PS2 growing up, loved the hell out of them, and I owned an Xbox 360 for a while. I had a few games on it that I liked, but I gave that away to my sister. So I don't know where that is at this point. 4. Related to the SpongeBob question, do you think the show redeemed itself and no longer suffers from seasonal rot? Again, I haven't seen the stuff past the second movie, like season 10 and 11. I have no knowledge of whatsoever. But I mean, from what I've seen, it looks fine, so I'll probably get back into that at some point. I might review that. It'd be interesting regardless of how I come out, whether I like it or hate it. 5. Regarding Lost, if you could fix anything about that show, what would it be? I'd probably explain some things better, like, how does a guy survive getting harpooned through the chest? And also, why did Charlie sacrifice himself when he literally could have just not drowned? And shit like that. To be honest, it's been a while since I've seen the finale, so I know there's a ton of stuff they didn't explain there, but it didn't really bother me that much. But yeah, definitely explaining some things would probably be on my priority list. 6. Any other show that you managed to get into lately? Actually, I did manage to get into Hilda. It started off kind of slow, but I really liked it. I thought it was an enjoyable time, and it was from one of the excuse me, one of the storyboard artists of Adventure Time. So yeah, I think I could. I definitely recommend that show to basically anyone. I have yet to see a single person that outright hates it. I've seen some people that are like, it's meh, but I've never seen someone that's like, Hilda, no. It's a good show. I definitely recommend that one. 7. Did you manage to catch up with Adventure Time? Unfortunately, I haven't. This past semester was super difficult, man. Like, I had no time to marathon it. I had no time to marathon anything, so, yeah, sorry. I will catch up. I know it's over now, but, like, I know a little of what happens in the finale, but it's not, like, ruining or anything, so I will, when I have basically nothing else to do, I will definitely catch up on Adventure Time. And I have to find out where I left off. Okay, next up we have Anti-Hero X, or Anti-Her Zero X, if you want to be technical. 1. Have you seen the Bumblebee movie? Yes, I have. Although, I mean, you probably knew that already since I did a review of it, and you commented on it, so thank you for that. And I had a good conversation with you on it, so thank you for that. 2. What's your favorite song to dance to? Definitely the Cha-Cha Slide. That shit fucking bangs. 3. Favorite / least favorite atrocity / admirable from Mysterious Mr. Enter? That's a good question. I'd probably say my least favorite is, there's a few bad ones. I think the original Rocket Monkeys review pissed me off the most. Yeah, I didn't like that one at all. I'm glad he made up for it eventually, but that first one was, that was bad. And my favorite admirable, oh wait, no, it's one of each. So I guess my least favorite admirable from him, keep in mind I have not seen every admirable and atrocity from Enter, so don't expect to see Troll by Shane Koi, whatever the fuck you pronounce it, because I haven't seen that one. But my least favorite admirable from him, I honestly can't even think of one off the top of my head. I am so sorry. My favorite atrocity review from him would probably be any of his Family Guy ones. I don't think he's had a bad one yet. Like, I've enjoyed all of them, and I really look forward to him doing more of them in the future. Now, it's not just because, like, oh, I hate Family Guy or stuff like that. I think they are very informative, and, like, it's a different review every time. Like, Seahorse, well, I guess Seahorse and Screams of Silence were kind of similar, but they were far enough apart in his timeline to where I could justify him reviewing both of them. Fresh Air was just a failure in comedy. Christmas Guy was the return of Brian. So it was kind of like a link to his Life of Brian review. I honestly don't think he's had a bad Family Guy review. Oh, and yeah, Herbie the Love Sore. That was a good one too. In spite of having to see actual herpes, but I don't blame him for that. And my favorite admirable from him? Favorite admirable. Okay, this probably isn't my favorite from him, but the one I respect the most is the Teen Titans Go vs. Powerpuff Girls. I haven't seen that episode, like the episode itself. I've seen the Enter review. I respect him for doing it because it proves that, like, oh, he's the guy that just bashes Teen Titans Go all the time. No, it proves that that's bullshit. And that these shows do have potential. And, hell, I think he even has a Teen Titans Go to the Movies review with his editor right now. And I'm not sure if it's I would assume it's admirable, since people generally like that movie, so hopefully that does the same. 4, favorite Queen song. Probably either Don't Stop Me Now or Another One Bites the Dust. Fat Bottom Girls is a close third. Okay. Next we have 4 more from Mr. Video. What movies will you watch this year? Toy Story 4, Endgame, Captain Marvel, Us, Star Wars, Spider-Man Far From Home, Lego Movie 2, and I can't really think of much else at the moment. 2, do you read comics? No, I don't. Sorry. 3, what's your opinion on fanfics? Similarly to Reddit, it can be very hit and miss. I've read some that are amazing and that I like actively am looking forward to the next chapter, and that are sometimes even better than the things they're based on. I've read other ones that have made me want to throw my computer or phone across the room, so I think it's overall net positive, though, because there are at least some like so bad it's good ones, like My Immortal, or shit like that. 4, what do you think of my work, art/fanfiction? I haven't read your fanfiction, but I have seen some of your art, and like from what I've seen, you do a good job of like capturing the style of the shows you're doing, like Family Guy. Like, it honestly looks like a character drawn by someone who works on the show. So yeah, you have a thumbs up from me there. Okay, next up we have 5 from Jesus Stewartson. 1, what are some of your favorite sports? Do you like bowling? I'm not sure if this was referring to sports that I like to watch or play, but I don't really play sports anymore, but I do like disc golf, I do like football, I like baseball, playing and watching for all of them. And yeah, I do like bowling. I like bowling a lot. I honestly wish I bowled more. 2, do you know how to cook? No, I don't, unfortunately. 3, if you had a son and a daughter, what would you name them? If I had a daughter, I would probably name them Olivia or Nina. I like those names. If I had a son, I don't know what I'd name them. I don't know, like the first male names that come into my mind are this fucking boring ones like Greg or Tom or some shit. So, I mean, I want to be somewhat unique with them, so. I do like the name Hunter. I'll go with Hunter. 4. What is your favorite year that you lived in? I would probably say, a 2015 or, 2015 or 2018, because they were both, well, because 2015 was the year I graduated high school. That was very relieving for me. And 2018 was the year I graduated college. So, those were both major events in my life. And the years in general were really enjoyable. Like, I got to hang out with a lot of friends. In 2018, I had I think a decent year on this site, and I saw a lot of great movies in both years. So I'd probably say one of those two. 5. Favorite Pop-Tart. The apple cinnamon ones. They don't make them anymore, which really makes me sad, but I fucking loved those as a kid. And I ate them cold, which I don't know if that makes me weird or not, but I really love the apple cinnamon Pop-Tarts. Right now I have like a off-brand that makes apple cinnamon, which, I mean, they're fine, but nothing holds a candle to the original. And I guess aside from that, I don't know, the unfrosted strawberry probably. I know I'm boring. Next up we have 2 from the reviewer 20, which I know people, I know what he did, but I'm gonna answer them because he asked nicely. 1. Have your aspirations from before college changed when you graduated? I wouldn't say they have, because like before college, I was really interested in doing something that would help the environment. I'm still really interested in that. I never thought of changing my major once, because I enjoy what I do, and I think that the market is really good for finding a job like that. So yeah, no, they haven't really changed that much. I mean, I guess now they're like before I went to college, I was like, my goal is to graduate from college. Now that I've graduated from college, my goal is to find a job. So I guess they've changed in that way, but no, they've mostly stayed the same. 2. Considering this is named Rise of the Machines, are you a fan of the Terminator series? If you don't know what he's talking about, the original journal that I was like, submit your questions here. I subtitled it Rise of the Machines because I like naming things after bad sequels for some reason. I haven't seen the Terminator films, none of them. Although I'd like to see 1 and 2 at some point at least, because I hear those are really good. Maybe Salvation at some point, because I want to see why Christian Bale got so mad. So yeah, I haven't seen them now, but I hope to change that at some point. Okay, next we have a few from Nightwolf38. I need to take a drink. Okay, Nightwolf38. We got 1. Favorite underrated Adventure Time episode. I really like Shh. That's like a really simple episode, but I don't know, I really dug it. I don't know if Princess Monster Wife is considered underrated, but if it's not, I'd easily choose that one in a heartbeat. And I also really enjoyed the pods. The one where they plant the beans and one of them's evil. I don't know, that episode sticks out in my mind for some reason, in a good way. 2 is Big Chungus Our Lord and Savior. No. 3, favorite MLP episode. I'd probably... okay, confession time, I've only seen each MLP episode once. I'd probably say Party of One. I think the facial expressions in that one should be studied because they're that good. like studied in animation classes because they're fucking perfect. I love them. I'm sure there's like a better one from one of the later seasons, probably like that I would probably view as objectively better, like more dramatic or something. That's probably the one that made me laugh the most, if that makes sense. I mean, I also really like Hurricane Fluttershy, because I love Fluttershy. Favorite Pokemon and least favorite Pokemon. Favorite is Greninja, least favorite is Charizard. 6, favorite South Park character. I would say either Kenny or Stan. 7, what pisses you off the most? I would say either ego or hypocrisy. And then when you add the two together, I can't fucking stand that shit. 8 is mayonnaise an instrument. I am not even going to dignify that one. 9, favorite films of 2018. I would say Infinity War is definitely one of them. Spider-Verse, definitely. Deadpool 2. Deadpool 2 is probably my favorite objectively of last year. Or subjectively, because it's me, but yeah, those 3 definitely loved them. And Star is Born, I really liked that too. 10, favorite soda. I mean, I do like a Coke, but other ones I like Mellow Yellow. I like Mountain Dew a lot. I fucking love that shit. And Sprite and Dr. Pepper. Those are all among my favorites. And our final 5 questions, right as we hit the 1 hour mark, is from Shavanda04. Okay, so he just prefaced this with some of the questions might have already been asked, but 1, are you open-minded or closed-minded when reviewing things? I mean, I'd like to assume that I'm open-minded. I went into movies that I thought I'd love last year, and I thought that I'd really love them. I went into Teen Titans Go and Venom thinking I'd really love them, and I didn't. But, I mean, okay, maybe I'm somewhat close-minded in that I review a lot of similar kinds of things, but in terms of going into something, I try to do it as positively as possible, because I want to give people the benefit of the doubt, that they try to put forth the best effort that they could. 2, what is your opinion on modern music? I think it's a little overhated. In the comments, go to the comment section of any fucking, old classic song that anyone considers a classic, and you'll be like, I guarantee one of the top comments is going to be like, and the kids these days are listening to insert popular artist here that is generally disliked, like Nicki Minaj or Lil Pump or, I don't know, fucking Drake or something. And, I'll freely admit that modern music isn't perfect, and we've had some pretty bad years recently, like 2016. I wouldn't even say 2018 was that good, but there's a lot of underrated artists and songs that I think do get popular for good reasons. Even some, kind of underground, or some of the lesser popular top 100 songs do have some merit to them. So, yeah, I have my relationship with modern music is kind of complicated, but I do think it's overall better than most people make it out to be, if that makes sense. 3, have you ever heard of Equestria Daily? I have. 4, what is your favorite episode of MLP FIM? Party of One. Like I said earlier, I think the facial expressions in that one are perfect. And 5, what are your anticipated upcoming movies of 2019? Okay, it's probably my 3rd time I've said this, but it's fine. Us, Captain Marvel, Endgame, Star Wars Episode 9, Toy Story 4, and Spider-Man Far From Home. Those are the ones off the top of my head that I'm really looking forward to. And Lego Movie 2, though I think that comes out Yeah, tomorrow. So, yeah, I believe that is all of my questions, and I would really like to thank you all for just continuing to follow my page again. I do these reviews because they make me happy, and apparently they make other people happy, and that really, that means a lot to me, and I enjoy talking with you all, and you all, your feedback is invaluable to me, whether it's big or small. I always enjoy it. I always read comments. Even if I don't reply to them, I do read them. And I've had so much fun on this site, and I'm not leaving it anytime soon because I really enjoy my time with you all. And I know this video was kind of rambly and droned on in several parts, presumably, but it's really late. No, this is really not that late for me, but I really do appreciate all of your support. It means a lot to me. And I really don't think I have anything else to add, but thank you all for watching this video. If you made it this far, I'm very, give yourself a pat on the back, because you fucking deserve it. And I don't know when I'll make a video next, but I look forward to whatever happens in the future on my page, or whatever your page has to offer. So I will see you all later.